overseas DJs can command huge appearance fees.
You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
At the New Year 2000 celebrations, 2 British DJs were paid over $100,000 each to play parties in Australia.
After this, there is no turning back.
More recently, Fatboy Slim headlined this festival, and his name on the bill pulled in 6,000 punters.
DJs, to some extent, are replacing live acts because they're producing records. Then they get a fan base as a result of that, and record deals, obviously. So people can buy the record. For example, Fatboy Slim is here today. Doesn't play live, he's just a DJ, but he's a producer in his spare time. As a result, masses of people will flock to see him.
You feel so powerful, you can do what you want, you can move as fast as you can, you can shut your eyes, you can put your arms up and no one looks at you, no one's judging you. It's just like freedom. And you're just releasing all that energy, like dancing and hands up, and it's powerful. What can I say? Powerful.
The dance culture prides itself on a lack of aggression, and unlike traditional partying, rejects excessive alcohol.
Like the last time we went to a sort of pub trying to be a nightclub, I was walking up the stairs and got groped by a guy, and I just turned around and pushed him back down the flight of stairs, and you know, that was just like such a, you know, I can't believe she just did that, because all the other girls are just like taking it, and that's one thing that we don't like going to pubs for. But I mean, Jamie and I have been together almost 12 months, and 2 weeks ago was the first time we've ever gone to a bar and had a drink together, because it's just not something that we're interested in, plus because they don't have the style of music that we like there.
The rejection of traditional pubs and clubs means that dance culture thrives largely away from mainstream Australia and remains mysterious to it.
Everyone's afraid of what they don't know, I suppose. They weren't exposed to it at their age, and they're basically saying, well, you know, people go to bed at 10 o'clock at night. The idea of people staying up until 10 o'clock in the morning is scary to them, and obviously you need drugs to do that. I know that if my grandparents or my parents came to a party that I went to, they'd freak. They'd completely freak, but, you know, that's just all about being from a different generation, and I think in 10 or 15 years' time, the dance culture is going to be something that everyone just accepts as part of life. The police will be a lot less harsh on it. And as far as the older generation not liking it because of drugs, drugs happen everywhere, not just in the party scene, and that has to be realised and accepted. Like, sometimes people go to parties to take drugs, but if the parties weren't there, they'd go to their friend's house or to someone's party or, you know, to a park. It's definitely going to happen anyway.
If partygoers reject alcohol, they still have their own drugs. A variety are used in the dance culture, but it is ecstasy that has become synonymous with that scene.
Everyone here is, you know, here to have a good time. You know, you probably don't really expect a lot of fights, that sort of, you know, that sort of behaviour, and that is probably more common with pub scenes, especially with like alcohol. Like, you know, you'd be a fool not to realise that a majority of people here are on drugs. And generally, you don't seem to get as many problems as what you do with alcohol in pub scenes.
Dance party punters are known for non-violent behaviour. It makes policing them an easy job. But the dilemma for police is that an illegal drug may be contributing to the good vibe. After the 2000 celebrations in Sydney went off peacefully, the Sydney Morning Herald quoted a Bondi police officer as saying it may have been due to the crowd being on ecstasy rather than alcohol. This produced an angry denial from a New South Wales Assistant Police Commissioner.
With society, there are drugs wherever the hell you go, you know, left, right and centre, you know, pubs, alcohol, drugs. Rock concert, people stoned off their nuts, whatnot. There are shitloads of people on drugs here, yeah, so bloody what? You know, it's just a part of of society on a whole, you know. I'm not talking about this, but everywhere else, you know.
The reason I think, okay, this is my opinion, the reason I take drugs at raves is only to, because, you know, the music, you got the beat, you know, I go to the gym, I got heaps of energy, I can dance, but after like 2 hours, your legs are so sore. You've got hours to go. The only way to get through it is to take the drugs. That's the only reason I do it. I don't take it to get off my head or to enjoy the music. I enjoy it, but I need to dance. And also, I mean, come on, it feels so good when you do it anyway, so...
It's sort of 2 or 3 grams, maybe?
2 grams in a weekend.
Have you been arrested in the last 12 months?
No.
Dr. Libby Topp is the National Coordinator of the Illicit Drug Reporting Survey. She's interviewed over 400 ecstasy users since 1997.
It appeared in the dance community in Australia first, and, you know, definitely it is still very widely used and associated with that group, but in the 10 to 15 years that it's been widely used here, it's spread beyond that group, and there's just a huge range of people who use ecstasy regularly who've never been to a club or a rave. So I think it's fair to say that it is very strongly associated with that group, but it's a mistake to think that all people who take ecstasy are ravers. That's not the case at all.
Ecstasy is the street name for the drug MDMA, patented in Germany in 1914. It stimulates the brain's production of serotonin, which gives a sense of well-being. During the 1970s, MDMA was prescribed by American psychotherapists as an adjunct to counselling. It was outlawed in the US in 1985. That didn't stop the drug gaining global popularity. Some promoters acknowledge that drug use does happen at dance parties. Those that do allow peer education groups like RaveSafe to get out amongst the punters and help minimise harm.
We try to catch them before they fall. We try to educate them. Rehydration, rest, refuel and recover is our motto. We aim to educate people on how much water they should drink, on remembering to rest and to eat before they go out, all those types of issues that people tend not to think about. They just go out and party. We try to educate them on how to do it safely, really.
Ecstasy reduces the body's ability to cope with heat. Users risk overheating and dehydration as a result of strenuous dancing in a confined environment. RaveSafe say there are some basic rules. Rest for 15 minutes of each hour, drink 500 ml of water or juice per hour, and seek help if feeling unwell.
They're going to be playing at Mantra. Like, the same people that are playing tonight are going to be the people playing at Mantra.
Is that the Recovery?
No, that's the other club.
Okay. I think
Mark is 21, a uni student in his final year of computer sciences.
Is it all going to be techno kind of music? Or?
He's been going to dance parties since he was 15.
Yeah.
He first took ecstasy 3 years ago.
People do take those drugs, but it's not all that the dance scene is about. I mean, you can still go and dance without the drugs.
What about yourself?
Yeah, I've tried the drugs and, yeah, they're fun, but I'll go out straight plenty of times and still have as good a time.
I first tried it one night, went out to a club, and I had a friend organise it for me, and it was a bit of an eye-opener.
Cam is 20 and completing a diploma in hospitality at college.
You just had a different view on the world, a different perspective of things. It just gave you a better understanding of why people take it. Because it's just a different feeling, you know, rather than being drunk and out of it. You're actually livened up and you feel a lot more empathy towards other people rather than being violent and drunk.